Good morning, everybody. I did not cut my hair into a bob.
Baby, it's the vibe for me. It's the vibe for me.
It is just tucked into my PJ shirt over here. Kind of cute though, kind of a look. Welcome to a what I eat in a day video. Just a reminder, I don't show my portions or anything like that because I don't think that that information is important or helpful or useful to literally anybody. The only thing that dictates how much I eat, when I eat, all of those things is my body. And mine alone, which is going to be different from yours, your neighbors, your friends, etc. The reason that I make these videos is to show that it's possible to have a positive and intuitive relationship with food after an eating disorder. And also because there are so many, also because there are so many what I eat in a day videos that are just full of diet culture, and they push all of these messages of shame that I really don't love. So I hope that you feel safe and comfortable over here. I'm in my backyard because I want to feed the birds first. We have a little bird feeder out here, and then we will go inside and I will feed myself. Hi, baby. Good morning. Oh, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. Oh, thank you. Oh my God. Oh my God. My least favorite thing about changing the bird feeder is that there's always a spider or two on there. I don't hate spiders, but I don't love them. I think I managed without a spider in sight. I want to say hello to the vlog too. He's a good boy. Let's go inside. Let's go inside. Poochie, poochie. For breakfast today, I think I'm feeling like blueberry pancake. Pancakes are incredibly forgiving, so if they intimidate you a little bit, I'm going to leave the recipe in the description down below in case you want to make some yourself, but let's make them. So we've got our little bowl over here, and this is actually just a one bowl recipe. You don't really need to mix things in separate bowls, so we're gonna put our dry ingredients in here first. I was looking for my 1 cup measure, and it's literally in my flour. So there's that. But we're gonna do 2 cups. I'm gonna do a little bit less than a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. If you are somebody that likes fluffy pancakes, then baking powder is your best friend. Baking powder makes things puff, so therefore they get fluffier, whereas baking soda makes things spread and get wider, basically, which is why a lot of recipes call for both of them. But I'm gonna do 4 teaspoons of baking powder, and then just like a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda or so. Around 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Give it a little bit of a mix, and then you're just gonna create a little well in the center for your wet ingredients. Something like this. I'm gonna do a cup and then 3/4 of a cup of milk. That was literally the perfect amount. Then we're gonna add in some melted butter. This is around 1/4 cup. And vanilla, I always measure this with my heart. And lastly, 1 egg. And there we have the perfect pancake mix. The most important thing about a fluffy pancake mix is to put it to the side, let it rest while your pan heats up, because that's where a lot of like the fluffiness is gonna come from. I think it's from the baking soda and baking powder. I don't know. Maybe it's a combination. I don't know. Baking is science, as they say. If you put the dough in the pan right away, you're not gonna have the most consistency with your pancakes because the ones that rest longer will be fluffier and lighter. So a little cooking with Kaylin tip. Look at the batter. It is literally like doubled in size. That's when you know she is ready.
If I lose my way with the compass and a map I made, looking for my shadow in the dark. What happens if I look for you with the compass?
Again, a closer look on the dough and some of these pancakes. I'm making like little mini pancakes or medium-sized pancakes. I don't know. I like it though. It is a vibe.
I'm sleeping on your bedroom floor. I let my feelings wash
Actually,
ashore.
Angie's friend.
You told me I'm projecting, and I don't move with much direction anymore. I don't know what I'm looking for. care.
I truly believe that this is the best breakfast I've made in such a long time. If I had some bacon, that would go really, really well here as well. Or some strawberries, super tasty. But we've got our golden fluffy pancakes. I'm so excited to take a bite, so let's see. As I always say, okay, they can look cute, they can look delicious, but what matters most is how they taste. Cheers. I just woke up this morning and really, really wanted blueberry pancakes. And I'm an adult, and so I can just make blueberry pancakes when I want them. That's one of the benefits of having food freedom, is you don't have to overthink your food choices. And I promise you that it's so much less stressful this way. Oh my God.
Ah! Stop! I could have dropped my croissant!
I just plopped everywhere. So crumbly and delicious. And some slices of banana goes incredibly well with pancakes. I'm gonna munch on this and I will see you soon. Fuck. The pancakes just running away from me today. The dogs are eating their breakfast, but I'm just making myself an iced coffee. Iced latte, whatever you want to call it. Keep it pretty simple. So I have my mason jar with ice, and I'm just going to add some milk on top. And then over here I have 2 shots of espresso.
This, that, me espresso.
Okay.
Thinking about me every
Look.
night, oh. This, that, me espresso.
And I change up the way that I sweeten up my lattes all the time, but today I'm just feeling maple syrup apparently. So I'm going to add a nice little glug in there. Give it a little mixy mix. And then I literally just pour this on top of the milk and we are all done. Easy peasy, got our latte. The best sound. Beautiful, music to my ears. Off to do some more client calls, but I hope everybody is having a great day so far. If you're watching this video and you haven't eaten anything yet, pause, go get some food and come on back if you want to, of course. See what this bad boy tastes like. Perfect, like a standardized coffee. Delicious.
Never been to California, never been to LA, so I'll stay home and write these songs, pretend I'll make it someday. My friends are getting married, they're all settling down, so I'll lay here, watch the ceiling fan go round and round. And it's
Hello friends, I am ready for the day and also ready to make some lunch. You might hear some heavy panting in the background because Tabasco and I went on a walk and it is a whopping 31 degrees Celsius outside. I'm going to have my beautiful editor put what that is in Fahrenheit right over here. But I think I broke him a little bit. I was scrolling on TikTok earlier today and I saw the most beautiful tuna melt. It looked delicious, it looked wonderful, and I wanted nothing more for lunch than a tuna melt. Also, I painted my nails. Do you guys like it? It's a little sparkly blue. For the tuna melt, I do not have any bread. And so I had to make some bread. Bread, I promise you, is not as intimidating as people make it seem or as it seems in general. So I'm gonna link my super easy, no knead bread recipe in the description down below. But I've made the bread and now it is time to cook it. And this bread recipe makes quite a bit of dough. And so I'm actually gonna make just like a traditional loaf for the tuna melt. And then I'm gonna make a little babka. Is it a traditional babka? No, but it tastes so fantastic. I've made it before and I shared it on my Instagram stories. You can follow me over there if you would like to. I'm gonna put my handle right here. And so many people ended up trying it for themselves and it was just so easy and simple, okay? It's foolproof, we got this. But you saw me make the bread earlier. Look at it now. It is doubled, tripled in size. It is just looking delicious. So let's get to work. So this is gonna be for my just regular loaf of bread. And it's gonna be really simple. You want to grease the dish that you're putting the bread bread in. I like to use butter because I think that it gives it a nice flavorful crust. You can also use oil if you'd like, just anything to make sure that your bread is not gonna stick. I'm going to do the same thing with my little babka tin. I'm just using a standard loaf pan, and I'm also gonna make sure to butter the sides real nice, real good, like so. So I grabbed a little bit more than half of the dough, and this is just going to be for our traditional loaf. It is quite sticky, and I'm just gonna create a little log. It does not have to look pretty, but this is what I've got for the bread. Set it aside. So because my dough is just a little bit stickier than I would like it to be, I'm gonna put some flour on my counter. And I'm just going to press the dough into the flour. You can use a rolling pin, but I don't want to. So I'm just going to spread it out nicely. It's also okay if it's not perfect because we are going to be doing something with this dough. All right, good enough is what I'm gonna call this. I'm going to melt around 1 to 2 tablespoons of butter. So just grab that melted butter and you are just going to spread it all over the dough. I'm making a traditional, I'm making a traditional flavor of babka, which is just brown sugar and cinnamon, but you could also like spread jam, spread some Nutella, whatever your vibe is. You can even make this a savory sort of bread if you'd like as well. And for this version, I'm just using melted butter and I'm going to sprinkle the brown sugar on directly like this. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing with the cinnamon. Just give a nice generous sprinkle on top. And so this is a little bit of the fun part now. You're just going to roll it up, kind of like you would like a cinnamon roll or something like that. Because mine was a little bit longer, I also folded it in half, but it really depends the way that you fold it. It doesn't really matter that much, it's not that deep. But then I'm going to make 2 slits in it. Normally it would just be 1 slit and then you basically just kind of braid it together. But today we're gonna do kind of like a 4-strand braid, which sounds a little bit more complicated, I think, than it is. But then you just start braiding it together. And again, how it looks is not the most important thing by any means. But then you're gonna have something like this. Is it cute? I mean, I've seen cuter, but it's still like a little baby, And then lastly, before I throw these into a 350-degree oven, I'm just going to give them a nice brush of butter on top so that they don't dry out. And I will show you what these look like when they come out of the oven. So the bread has come out and I gave it a little bit of time to also cool because cutting into fresh bread basically like squishes it all. As delicious as it is, I needed the bread to be a little bit more structurally sound for the meal that I have in mind. But this is how the babka came out. I think that it looks so delicious. I'm really excited to try a piece of that later. And then this is the bread. Okay, have I seen prettier loaves of bread? Absolutely, but this tastes so good and that's what matters most. Harley is coming to join. Hey, honey, you come down? Good boy, come on. Good boy. He's a funny boy sometimes. This looks pretty damn good if I do say so myself. So I'm gonna cut 2 slices from the middle for my tuna melts. Those are the best slices. So over here, I'm going to preheat my pan because I do not love a soggy tuna melt, which means that you gotta toast the bread first. And I'm feeling a little bit fancy, so we're gonna do it in my pan. Okay, now it's time to put the sandwich together. I'm salivating, I'm like drooling, I'm so excited. This is going to be a super basic tuna melt. 1, I don't have that many things to actually add to it. And 2, I am very simple when it comes to the tuna that I like. I'm like a salt, pepper, mayo kind of girl. So I'm gonna put the bread right flat on this baking tray. Then a nice generous scoop of tuna. I could literally eat it just like this. It's so good. It's time for the cheese. I am a big fan of just using mozzarella, but today I had some fontina, I think that's how you pronounce it, in the fridge that I needed to use up, which is great because it's a really awesome cheese for melting, I believe. And now I'm gonna stick this in a 400-degree oven for like 5 to 7 minutes or so. Bye. Lunch is served and it looks and smells incredible. I am so hungry and so excited to chomp this down, chow this down. You know what I'm saying. And of course, we've got to do a taste test. From here, I can see the birds eating the seed that I filled this morning. I love watching them eat, but I've got a bite with everything. Cheers. Ah, excuse me, that was rude. I'm convinced that people who don't like tuna have just not had it prepared in the right way, but this is so freaking delicious. 10 on 10 would recommend.
Stop! I could have dropped my croissant!
So we just got back from the grocery store and I figured that we would do a little grocery haul together. It's a long one, so bear with me, but we are going to go through it quickly. I literally have things laid out in different sections on my island. Nothing's really organized, but let's start over here. So we've got some romaine lettuce. I always have this in my fridge. I love using this for, you know, inside of sandwiches, wraps, salads, all sorts of yummy things. Tonight for dinner, we are gonna be making some steak. So I picked some of that up. This was on sale. And then also I'm in my popsicle obsessed era. So I picked up 2 different types of popsicles because we were out. These remind me of my childhood so much. Delicious. And I don't think I've ever actually tried this flavor, so I'm excited. Got some cucumbers, some banana flavored Greek yogurt. The best Greek yogurt, in my opinion, is banana flavor. I love this one, and I also love the one from Siggy's. These real fruit sours are delicious. I picked up some tri-colored tomatoes and 2 energy drinks. I like to have at least 1 on hand for those really, really late work days, or also just if I need some energy and I'm going out that evening or something like that, a nice little pick-me-up. So I picked up the Monster in the white pineapple flavor, which is really, really good, and then Rockstar in the flavor orange. I needed a new mop head, so I picked that up. I picked up a couple of things that I would normally pick up at the pharmacy, but it is so bloody hot outside and the stores are so busy, so we just picked up everything in one place. I picked up a dairy-free hazelnut creamer, these Made Good granola bars. I love these ones, and also, I think it's called the cookie crumble flavor, so good. Some lemonade, tomato basil sauce. I ran out of scent beads and I love using this for my laundry. Usually I get it from Costco, but I think we're gonna go in like a week or so. We went through what I call our emergency frozen pizzas. They're just pizzas that we keep in our freezer in our basement just for very quick meals or late night snacks, things like that. And these were on sale, so I picked them up. This one is in the pepperoni flavor, and then I just got a 3 cheese, some beautiful tomatoes. Moving on to this section, I picked up a very big thing of white vinegar. I use this for cleaning all the time, and I also use this for anything that I'm washing of the dogs, like the dog beds, their harnesses, the dog towels, everything like that, because this gets all of that like dog smell out. And so I'll just use this with like regular detergent and they smell super nice and clean. Some bread to keep in the freezer, so in case I'm craving something with bread, I don't always have to make the bread homemade like I did today. Some crispy fries. Andrew loves to make homemade poutines at home, so we like to keep these in the freezer. Some burger buns because it is grilling season. I picked up a lot of these little cottage cheeses. Andrew loves them, but I put the rest in the fridge already. Some strawberry raspberry yogurt. I love a good chocolate milk, so I picked one up. My favorite season is back. Watermelon season, so I picked one up and I just hope that she's good. I don't have the best of luck, or I don't always pick the best watermelons, but I followed all of like the advice online, like the big yellow spots. It has like some black spots, which is supposed to mean like the sugar is kind of coming out, oozing out, something like that. Picked up some milk. I was out of these little air freshener plugs, so I picked 2 of those up. Some of these pork sausages. We love this restaurant, so we are very excited to try these at home. Some flavor blasted goldfish, AKA the best goldfish ever. Some shredded mozzarella. I had a fever last week and I didn't feel very good, but I did wish that I had Gatorades at home. I don't know if it's just me when I'm sick. These just, I can drink a lot more fluid this way versus just plain old water. So I got these to keep in our fridge. Some OxyClean. I throw this into every single load of laundry that I do. And again, I was out. Normally I would pick this up from Costco. Again, I will pick that up when we go the next time. I already opened these because my dogs love them, but I gave them each one of these dentist sticks. And then we were low on cereal, so I picked up 2 boxes, the multi-grain Cheerios, and then these Shreddies, which are my favorite, so good. All right, moving on over here. This corn is going to be for dinner as well. I love something barbecued with some buttered corn on the side, delicious. And to go along with dinner as well, I got these steamable green beans. You just cook them in the microwave. Takes like a couple of minutes and they are so good every time. I picked up some chicken bouillon cubes. This is one of my favorite dry sausages. I love it for a quick snack, especially if I like wake up in the middle of the night and I just want something quick and easy. I love it so much. Baby carrots, delicious. This is the cheese that we use for poutine. It is very, very popular in Quebec. You can even find it at like gas stations and things like that, but these are cheese curds. They are squeaky, delicious, literally so good. I picked up some of these Quebec strawberries, which I'm really excited to dig into. Some double cream brie, and then I want to have like a mozzarella tomato basil salad one of these days because this big container was on sale. So again, love me a sale. And now we are getting into the rest of everything over here. We got some English muffins, which is probably gonna be my new fixation for breakfasts. Some tri-colored bell peppers. If you've never tried golden kiwis, please, please try them, they're delicious. I don't like eating the skin. I know that there are people who eat the skin, or whenever I post about kiwis, people are like, trust me, it's so good. It's not for me. It's just a texture thing. I don't like it, but I do love the insides of a kiwi. I've spoken about this brand so many times on my YouTube channel, but I really love it. I love this flavor as well as like the original shortbread chocolate chip flavor. So good. I always keep a box of Kraft Dinner in our pantry. Again, kind of as like an emergency meal. We don't want to cook, but we need something. And we used our emergency box last week, so picked up some of this. Toaster strudels. This was the shit when I was a kid. This was so good, and I still love them to date, but I'm very picky on the flavor. I am a strawberry girl through and through. We did get some deli meat, and this week we picked up some mortadella as well as just some plain white ham. I like cooking this ham in the morning with some eggs for breakfast, really tasty. If you ever see this brand of poutine sauce, it is very, very good. A lot of them we don't love, but this is one that just continues to make an appearance in our home. I was running a little bit low on all-purpose flour. We have bread flour, but I just wanted to have some of this on hand as well. I love this dressing, and I also love it to dip my carrots in, my cucumbers. It's just so good on salads or just as a little dip. These are just some toiletries and things that I needed. My favorite deodorants, not the scent, but I love the Dove spray deodorants. I find that they last very, very long, but I wanted one that I could also potentially travel with that is not an aerosol, so I picked up this one. And I have so many razor blades, but I don't have like the razor itself right now. And I think that this is the razor that matches the blades I have. At least I hope it is. If not, I will use these 2 disposable razors, but got those. Pro tip, always buy men's razors. It is a closer shave every single time and usually costs less money as well. These fruit snacks are so much better than those Welch's fruit gummies. I love them. I find the texture and the flavor is just so much better with these. 10 on 10 would recommend if you haven't. Every single time I've been going to the grocery store recently, I repurchase this. It's honestly really hard for me to repurchase things, mainly because I like to switch it up very often, but these have just been recurring in my carts. Amazing. I don't know if I said baguette, but I got a baguette. Also for dinner, I might make garlic bread. I might just serve it on the side. I have not decided. Some mini eggs as a little chocolate treat in the house. Some buttered popcorn. These have crack and heroin sprinkled on top. I don't know, I love them. I think that they are so delicious. So I picked up the family size bag. Mango nectar for smoothies. And we forgot to replant our basil this year in our garden. We have a lot of other herbs, but I saw this and have requested as kindly as possible for Andrew to plant this. So he's gonna do that tonight for me. But that is everything that we got from the grocery store. It is quite the haul, but now it is my least favorite thing to do is put away all the groceries. I hate it, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna suck it up, and then I'm gonna shower because I'm all hot and sticky. It is so humid outside, and then we'll make some dinner together. So I am showered, but unfortunately my plan to make steaks for dinner is not really gonna work out. Mainly because it is pissing outside. It is raining so much, and it is supposed to rain for the rest of the evening, and it's just not ideal to barbecue in this kind of weather, so that's a little bit unfortunate. I did not check the forecast to see if it was gonna rain tonight, but that's fine, that's fine. I could make the steaks in a skillet, but I don't want to, mainly because I prefer barbecued steaks, so I'm just going to have those tomorrow night or a different night. And so I'm not sure what we're gonna do for dinner tonight just yet. I'm gonna look at some of the groceries that we got, see if anything tickles our fancy. In all honesty, we fall into that same kind of thing where we go grocery shopping and then we're like, we don't wanna cook. We did a lot of work with food already today. So we might order some takeaway, we might make something here. I guess you and I will both see very soon. So for dinner, I've decided to save some money because the grocery store was an expense as is. And so I'm gonna make some homemade chicken Caesar salads. I have these leftover dressing packs that were given from a takeaway place last week. So I'm just gonna use this as the dressing, some romaine lettuce. I'm going to add some of this Parmesan cheese. I'm gonna cook up what's left of this bacon. I think there's like 2 pieces left, something like that in the oven, and slice up some cucumber, and then I'm gonna air fry some chicken. And I'm gonna show you what it looks like when it all comes together in 1, 2, 3. And there we go, dinner is served. This smells incredible and really hits the spot for what I was craving. We have some nice salty, savory flavors from the bacon, a good crisp from the chicken, and also the romaine lettuce. The creamy dressing just brings everything together. And then on the side, I heated up some of that baguette that I got at the grocery store, and we're gonna have it with some olive oil and balsamic vinegar. But yes, this is dinner for tonight. Hello friends, it is the next day, but before I end this video, I wanted to try the cinnamon babka that I made yesterday because I didn't get a chance to try it after dinner. But this is a little sneak peek of what it looks like. I just grabbed a piece from it and the bottom is all like sticky, kind of like monkey bread, like the butter and sugar, delicious. But cheers, a sweet way to end off this video. I already know I'm gonna love it. Every single time I've made this, it has been heaven in a bite, so highly recommend. All of the recipes for this video are gonna be linked in the description below. But I hope that you had a fun time cooking with me today / yesterday. And I hope that it gave you some meal inspiration and also inspired you to be a little bit more free around food and to trust your body and trust your cravings and all of those fun things. Don't forget to do something kind for yourself today, and I really hope to see you in my next video. Bye friends.